to start. Check out dinner and bar specials at philsoysterbar.com. You know we bleed purple and gold at Phil's Oyster Bar in the Southdown Shopping Center.
Since the 1930s, Supreme Rice has delighted their customers for all of your favorite South Louisiana dishes. Whether you like the brown, long grain, medium grain, jasmine, or the new parboiled rice, Supreme Rice makes your favorite dishes even better. They even have a healthy low glycemic rice, a great option for diabetics and those who have high insulin resistance. Supreme Rice is proud to be part of the Climate Smart program, which promotes water conservation and reduces methane emissions so future generations of Louisiana farmers can enjoy the same benefits. For information and great recipes, find them online at supremerice.com.
Brandon Holly here. Did you know Relief Windows is the window, door, hardy plank, and vinyl siding and interior shutter headquarters of the Gulf South? That's right. For nearly 20 years, we have provided you with a lifetime guarantee. Relief from the heat, cold, storms, and sun. So go where thousands have gone to upgrade the exterior and the interior of their homes. ReliefWindows.com. That's ReliefWindows.com.
This is Charles Hanniger for Total Maintenance. For AC and heating, generators, electricity, plumbing, and more, Total Maintenance is your one-stop sales and service shop for all these needs. One of South Louisiana's oldest and largest AC and heating companies. Since 1980, their slogan has been service today, every day, so no one ever has to go to sleep hot. They're an authorized dealer for Carrier, American Standard, Daikin, and Rheem AC units, for Generac and Cummins generators as well. And now, for all of your electrical and plumbing needs, in Baton Rouge, call 480-1000. In New Orleans, 841-3300. Service today, every day. Total Maintenance.
Let Sammy's Grill do the cooking for your holiday feast. Fried or rotisserie turkeys with all the traditional sides. Pepper jack, crawfish, cornbread dressing, green bean casserole, mashed potatoes, boudin rice dressing, mac and cheese, and more. And for dessert, white chocolate bread pudding or pecan pie. Order a la carte or bundle up with our turkey feast that feeds 8 to 10 people. Call or stop by either the Highland Road or Prairieville locations to place your order today. Orders must be made 48 hours prior to pickup. Let Sammy's Grill do all the cooking for you this holiday season.
Louisiana, you've got a new home for coverage of LSU, the New Orleans Saints, and the Southeastern Conference. LouisianaSports.net. LouisianaSports.net. Feature stories, opinion columns, recruiting updates, in-game reports. And it's all free. No paywalls, no annoying pop-up ads, no recurring subscriptions. Just the content you crave. From the folks that bring you 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge, it's LouisianaSports.net. Live at lunch with Ott and Hanny from Snow Seafood and Steak. Ken Gonzalez on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Remember, you can always get the show on demand, 1045ESPN.com, LouisianaSports.net. Brought to you by Supreme Rice, supporting our Louisiana farmers since the 1930s. Go to SupremeRice.com. Yeah, certain things stick with you. I don't know why I found this so funny. Back when Dan Patrick was doing Sports Center, in the LSU coaching search in 1994, he did a lead into a story about John Cooper getting a raise at Ohio State. And he says, what does every coach in the world want to see right now? Joe Dean at your doorstep, because it means you're getting a raise wherever you are. Brent Key got a raise at Georgia Tech this morning, a new 5-year deal through 2030.
Taki turned it down, yeah. I did turn it out. He's the only guy that didn't sign his deal, Charlie.
Yeah. It's like the Penn State job is, as long as it's out there, just if your agent doesn't throw your name out there for that job right now just to shake up your administration, I mean, if you're on solid footing, you're not doing your job, because that job out there, it's amazing to me that they fired that guy when they did and did not have a plan ready to go. We gave Verge credit for, how we say, landing the plane, okay? Knew what they wanted, went out and got it. Maybe it was a little rocky in the transition.
Verge could offer his services for consulting right now for Penn State.
Yes. To get to signing date, to have recruits jumping out the door, in some cases going with your old coach to Virginia Tech, and then to watch all of these other. I mean, yesterday was a hell of a time to make your pitch to Sataki. If that was your guy, you weren't on that 2 weeks ago. I mean, I realized BYU's 11-1, but LSU just went and got a coach that was 11-1. Penn State's supposed to be a pretty big job. It is a big job.
Go promote an old coordinator. Wasn't Joe Moorhead a coordinator there?
Yes, he was when he left for Mississippi State.
Guess what? He's got a higher rated Santa class at Akron than Penn State does today. It's early, but
Yeah,
still.
and you still got the portal, I guess. Brian Dable starting to look better to them.
Yeah, and I mean, you got to. I mean, is he going to?
I'm running out of college names.
So you can talk to the assistants. You can't talk to the head coaches before the NFL season's over.
Well, Dable's fired, so they can talk to him whenever they want.
Oh, I'm still thinking. My goodness. No. Wow. Well, Brady is who I'm thinking of.
Brady's
Is
still
with
coaching.
the Bills.
Yeah.
No, that's what.
Yeah, the NFL
that's,
coaches.
that's what I was thinking.
Yeah,
of.
the NFL.
Who would you take,
coaches
Daboll or Brady?
I'd probably take Dable, and that's sight unseen. Joe Brady didn't want to recruit. He was adamant about it. I don't want to do it. So,
well, how do you know Daboll does? He
I-
spent an
I don't.
entire
I don't.
year.
I don't. I know the
Right.
I know the other guy doesn't. So I'm going to take my
Yeah, I
chance that
got
maybe
you.
this guy
I got
does.
you.
But
I got you.
I have no idea. I don't know what they are thinking up there, and I do wonder about the economics of it because they are in the middle of a $700 million upgrade. Now that's stadium, that's facilities, that's everything.
But they got $40 million found money.
I can't imagine that they couldn't go find money. I mean
the
the coach
day-
is important, right?
The day they fired Franklin, they knew there was a chance they had to pay 49. Well, they're paying 9. That's done.
Yeah,
and that was done how many weeks ago?
Oh, 3.
And they don't have. I mean, it's, this is how not to do it. I mean,
to be last.
and
at
look,
the end of
LSU
all
could be in a
this.
pickle. What if Auburn wins?
If Auburn wins, I think that
LSU's sitting waiting still. Man, that's pad through signing day.
Watching that game the other night, I thought there was a chance. We'll never know that if Auburn won that game, that LSU would make an announcement either Sunday or Monday that Lane Kiffin was coming here, but that Ole Miss would have let him coach the championship game. You know, they just
you've seen that. They weren't letting him coach.
They weren't letting him coach in the playoff, but they had 3 weeks to prepare for the playoffs. To switch all over that staff in one day.
Have you seen the reaction?
I have, Jimmy, but imagine, go back to Sunday morning. You wake up, you're Keith Carter, you wake up Sunday morning, you are playing a championship game for the first time in school history in 6 days. Not in 21 days
Not
like
the
the
first time.
playoff.
They've won a conference championship.
It is the
60
conference
years ago.
championship
Yeah.
game. Okay.
With the game, yeah.
You got to play this game in 6 days. I think they would have let him coach that. I could be wrong. I know they got the red ass up there, but 21 days is a lot different. You can plan for something in 21 days. They had 6 days to get ready for the championship game. I think they would have let him coach. Well, I can't
my
swear to
money's
it,
on the
though.
other side.
Okay. Well,
I look. I was wrong on it too. It was like, well, I mean, Ole Miss is so happy to go into the playoff. Of course, they're going to put the staff out there that gives them the best chance to win. Wrong.
Yeah.
Wrong-o. Maybe if, like you said, if you took USC or Penn State, but not LSU. All right. I didn't know they were higher than 4th on, their list too as their biggest rival. So, but anyway, no, my money's on the other side. The emotions affect rationale, Charlie.
They do.
Lane Kiffin coaching the playoff, and guess what? They got a break last night. Oh, yes, indeed. You want to play Virginia, or North Texas, or Tulane, or you want to play Notre Dame?
If it holds from last night.
Well, these are teams that aren't moving.
Well, they're not playing. Are they moving? They moved Miami last night, and they're within 2 of Notre Dame now, and it's almost like they're setting it up to where next week they could flip them.
No, I disagree.
I
disagree.
You remember when they flipped TCU and Baylor, right?
Well, they played.
Well,
those teams played. Both of them played.
I get it. Yes, if that holds
They
last night,
played.
they
These
caught
teams
a break.
playing.
They caught a break.
They moved. They corrected themselves, I think, on Alabama, and they wanted to, because Alabama's got better wins. But damn, Vanderbilt's get screwed.
Yeah, they got 10 wins and they're not getting
They're 10-2 in the SEC, and they go to Tennessee and beat the tar out of them. Way worse than Georgia did in that same building. Way worse than Oklahoma did in that same building. But they wanted to go losses like 3 weeks ago, 2 or 3 weeks ago. It was losses, bad losses. Notre Dame's bad losses are better than Miami's. Well, Vanderbilt's losses at Texas and at Alabama. That's pretty damn good losses.
Diego Pavia sent a message to the president today.
Hey,
he can do
I've
anything
had
right now, man.
Let's bring back the governor.
If anybody can get to the president and make him make a move, Diego Pavia, he can do anything, man.
Don't forget our friends at Legacy Title. Chad Reynolds, Legacy Title for all of you real estate closings, 296-0060, a full-service title company servicing all of South Louisiana. Our great team at Legacy Title, Ashley Donald, Mariana Haynes, Adrian Galata, Michael Platt, Natalie, and Bradford Smith, buying, building, refinancing. Nobody chooses but you. Choose Chad Reynolds, Legacy Title, 296-0060. I do think Diego Pavia won the Heisman last night, though. I think a little bit of everybody. I think there's going to be a little compassion for that team not to be in the playoff. Just enough. No doubt. Well, plus, he deserves it. He has meant more to his team than Mendoza and Sayan, and that's not close.
I can't argue with
the stats are better.
I can't argue with Pavia's value there. I would say that if Mendoza goes out and throws for 300 yards and 4 touchdowns and Indiana wins on Saturday.
Well, that's not going to happen.
Well, okay. We're going to play the game, though. If he has a big game, he's the MVP of the game. That might be
the winning
hard to
quarterback's
overcome.
probably going to be the MVP. But I think it helps him. Really do.
If Diego Pavia wins the Heisman, I got no problem with that at all.
The criteria is broad, but we got to get a break.
They flipped a quarterback from Georgia. Live at Snow's, live at lunch, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Live at lunch.
The Grand Bayou Casino, conveniently located off I-10 at exit 139 in Gross-Ted, offers the latest video poker machines 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Got a great staff at the Grand Bayou Casino. Our inviting staff will greet you with complimentary coffee and sodas as you enjoy listening to the curated tunes in our comfortable seating. Make the trip to the Grand Bayou Casino, where players are welcome. The Grand Bayou Casino, I-10 at the Gross-Ted exit. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-877-770-STOP. The Grand Bayou Casino.
Have you been arrested or even issued a traffic ticket? Everyone makes mistakes. Hi, I'm Dana Brown from the law offices of O.C. Brown. If you find yourself in an unfortunate situation with the law, call us today and we can help you resolve your problem, whether it's just a traffic matter or something more serious. No criminal matter is too big or too small for us to aggressively and effectively represent you. Before making any decisions, call us at 225-343-1111 for your free consultation. You can also visit us at ocbrown.com. The law offices of O.C. Brown, your law firm for a lifetime.
Workbox can handle all of your movable storage needs, commercial and residential. Containers come in various sizes, 8x8, 8x10, 8x20, or even 8x40 feet. Not just one size. These units can be customized for any use. Custom lunchrooms, offices, work sites for plumbers or welders, dual purpose, part office, part storage, climate control, shelving, lighting, using different materials, whatever you need. Give my buddy Martin Padial at Workbox a call at 343-4886, 343-4886, and workboxllc.com.
This is Charles Hanniger for Coastal Capital Advisors, your full-service financial advisors. When it comes to retirement, two situations alike. So Coastal Capital Advisors will work with you, your business partners, your legal team, and tax professionals to make sure those goals are achieved. Coastal Capital Advisors will work for you. I know, because they work for me. For more information, contact Philip Fontenot and his great staff at 337-981-1376 or online at coastalcapitaladv.com. Advisory services provided by New Age Advisors, LLC, doing business as Coastal Capital Advisors as a registered investment advisor. Security offered through New Edge Securities, Inc., member FINRA, SIPC.
Go Automotive has a great selection of new cars. Chevy, GMC, Hummer, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram. You rather a pre-owned vehicle? Using our resources, we'll help find you any vehicle that you're looking for. Our service department offers VIP service. You never have to come to the dealership. We'll pick up the vehicle at your home or office, drop off a loaner, service the vehicle, and return it when it's done. Mention Jimmy Ott for VIP pricing. The Chevy Tahoe I drive came from Go Automotive. That's Go Automotive in LaPlace and Plaquemine.
Since the 1930s, Supreme Rice has delighted their customers for all of your favorite South Louisiana dishes. Whether you like the brown, long grain, medium grain, jasmine, or the new parboiled rice, Supreme Rice makes your favorite dishes even better. They even have a healthy low glycemic rice, a great option for diabetics and those who have high insulin resistance. Supreme Rice is proud to be part of the Climate Smart program, which promotes water conservation and reduces methane emissions so future generations of Louisiana farmers can enjoy the same benefits. For more information and great recipes, find them online at supremerice.com.
With all of the financial headlines, are you worried if your retirement savings will last? The market's ups and downs can keep you guessing, especially if you're approaching retirement or considering it. If you have more questions and answers about what's next, let's work together to help ensure you're prepared for your journey. After all, retirement isn't the end of the trek, it's a new beginning. Stop by your local Edward Jones advisor. Text Morris on Jefferson. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Get the 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge mobile app powered by Bayou Ford and tap the microphone icon to send us your thoughts and your message could be played on air. Find our app in the Apple or Google Play Store. For direct links, visit 1045ESPN.com. Tigers, Saints, Southeastern Conference. All in one place. LouisianaSports.net. No paywalls, no article limits. It's just the coverage the Louisiana sports fans want. Bookmark it today. LouisianaSports.net. Live at lunch with Ott and Hanny from Snow Seafood and Steak in Gonzales on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge. Uh-oh, they let the big dog out.
Boom! Out of nowhere.
It's time for the big dog, Randy McKay, with his best picks.
Big dog, how you doing, buddy? Where you at these days?
I'm doing pretty well. I did a little traveling here. I'm up in northern Nevada here, so
okay.
Getting a little snow today in northern Nevada. So,
like a Cajun snow today. It's in the 50s
atmosphere
down
up
here, so it's that's plenty cold enough.
Chilling it.
It got to mid 30s over the night over here, so we got some rain coming in. Boy, the high school games and Tulane. I mean, this Friday night is going to be very, very wet. It appears. Hey, I gotta ask you, are the Carolina Panthers any good?
Now they're a hard team to figure out, but they're definitely a good home team. We know that they've beaten some teams at home, and they actually went to Green Bay and got a big win too. But not a head scratcher for a team, and you never know what you're going to get out of them, and you got a good running attack and a improving defense, and just see what we get out of Bryce Young. And I do like that McMillan as wide receiver. They did do a good job getting him.
Bryce Young, Charlie, two fourth quarter? I know 2 second half. Fourth down touchdown passes to put them up. And you saw who stripped the ball to the Rams were driving, I think about the 35-40 in down one score.
Was it Dante Jackson?
Oh, no. It was that big dog that goes around and said after the Auburn games, I told you boys you're going to be first-round draft picks.
Brown.
Yes, yeah. Derek Brown. I mean,
he's a monster.
But they got him and Ashawn, what's his last name? Is Robinson from Alabama up front?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, so, it's they and I think Canales, there's no doubt Bryce Young is limited. But you see on both the throws, he throws that fade, that outside shoulder fade, kind of down the field a little bit. Both of them, they were just went to opposite ends of the field. They're both to the right side, outside shoulder, beautiful. I mean, just beautiful touch passes. He's kind of figuring out what he has in him, and I don't know. He gets some of the credit. How much with Baker Mayfield? But he looks like, is Bryce Young not improving under him? That's for sure.
He's getting better. Let me correct myself. I said Dante Jackson, who used to play. I meant Mike Jackson. The guy from Miami.
I know, but Dante from Riverdale, who can run
and
like
I just
the wind.
said Dante Jackson. That's my faux pas. My bad.
He did play there.
Yeah, that's what I said. He used to play there, but I was thinking about Mike Jackson, who's playing for him now.
Yeah. Is Dallas for real a big dog?
I believe they are. I mean, I really like how Schottenheimer's coaching this team. I don't know where he got this aggressiveness from, but his dad didn't have this. His dad
No, he didn't.
used to run the ball a lot, and he's the exact opposite of what his dad is on as far as aggressive. He went forward, made some nice, play calls on passing, and cost us our total, unfortunately, on Thanksgiving. But I really like what we're seeing out of Dallas.
Maybe he was sitting there as a kid and said, "If I ever get my chance, I'm not running a damn ball like that, my dad." So maybe he sat there for so many years and figured it out. First pick, Randy, this week is speaking of the Dallas Cowboys. Boy, what a Thursday night game, Charlie! Much build up as we've seen on a Thursday night game. These Thursday night games have risen in quality. There's no doubt. Al Michaels is even I mean, he's not bitching too much on the air, So
He's learning to get along Kirk Herbstreit,
yeah.
right?
Oh, Herbie is so he goes with the flow. He really you can see the respect for Al Michaels that he has, and he's gotten better and better. With doing more and more pro games, he should. But he's a pro. He's a pro. But Michaels he's old, man. I mean, he's he is. He's a little crotchety, but he's been pleasant this year,
and he's still very, very sharp. He's always been my favorite announcer, and he's still very sharp, even over 80 now.
1984 is a long time ago.
1984.
Well, he's called the Miracle on Ice.
But that was 80.
I said 84.
But it was in 80. The Miracle on Ice.
Oh, 80. Oh, no. Randy. Lake Placid was in 1980. Thank you, Charlie.
Yeah. Look, I still think Dante Jackson's playing for the Panthers, man. We get better.
It's a retirement home live from
wow.
Sunrise. So
Come on,
anyway,
man. Let's get going.
Speaking of that one, Detroit, and I'm worried about Detroit. It looks like two teams kind of going in opposite directions right now. Detroit, I'm wondering about them. Dallas is flourishing right now. Is that how you see this thing? Detroit laying 3 at home tomorrow night.
Yeah, I like 3 underdogs this week, and I think all 3 have a decent shot to win outright, and this is one of them. This Dallas team, playing very well off Thanksgiving win, the momentum and everything, and the defense adjustments here with Eberflus has made with the new acquisition with Williams. I don't think Detroit's going to have the success we're going to see with Gibbs and Montgomery that they've had against Dallas in the past. These two teams have built up a little rivalry with each other, and Detroit kind of ran it up on them last year with a lot of trick plays and stuff. And I think that'll stick pretty well with Dallas in this game as well. So, we'll see a decent effort out of here. Of course, I like what Schottenheimer's doing on offense, and this Detroit injury report is really concerning with their offensive line, and then they probably be without St. Brown as well. So, you got to look towards Dallas here as an underdog here, and they can't make it any lower.
All right, Dallas catching points on the road. Another dog catching points in a row. How about Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals? They go to Baltimore and win. Now they have another tough assignment here, going to Archer Park to take on the Buffalo Bills. Bills favored here by 5.5, Randy.
Yeah, unfortunately knocked me out of Survivor there. More so, Baltimore knocked me out of the Survivor with all the stupid turnovers and fumbling the ball on the goal line and all that other crap last week. And it was not a very good turkey day for me, but that was frustrating. But we move on. A lot of energy back with the Cincinnati team getting Burrow back here. So, and also he has a very good record, lifetime versus Buffalo here. 4-0 and 4 straight outright wins. They got a shot here, to make some noise here in the NFC North here if they can, much like they did last year, if they can keep winning. Also getting T. Higgins back here probably be a good help for them. This Buffalo team's still injured up on the offensive line, and also Joey Bosa might still be injured after implanting Aaron Rodgers about 6 feet under on that sack. So we'll see if he plays as well for the Buffalo defense.
All right, and Houston and Kansas City. Kansas City probably has to run the table. Now, of the 5 games, 2 of them are kind of layups. But the 3 of them are certainly challenging, and this is one of them, taking on the hot Texans, man. And they kind of showed it on Monday night. We didn't know if it would sustain, but that defense is a hand to deal with. They're catching 3.5 at Arrowhead.
Yeah, 7-5 versus 6-6 here, and this Houston offense is improving here with, I got the number 1 defense going against the Kansas City offensive line that's banged up as well. So I like that matchup. this has a big amount as far as the playoffs are going to go, and playing all these games has caught up to KC over the years. You know, they just played all these tough, close games, and it seems like this team has fatigue from that. You know, and Houston's going to remember this playoff loss they had, and they should come in Arrowhead with confidence here, and I think they can also get the upright upset.
All right. You playing any FCS playoff games this weekend?
Yeah, one bonus pick here.
Okay.
I really like the Montana Grizzlies here at home in Missoula, Montana here, going against the South Dakota State Jackrabbits. Not as strong as they have been in the past here, so I like Bobby Houck's team to win and cover here in the small, 1-point favorite at home.
Very good. Well, there'll be a little South Louisiana push on the Montana Grizz, so don't worry. We've been tailing you on that one. Randy, thank you. Follow Randy on Twitter at RR39. Big Dog, we appreciate it, man. Maybe we'll talk to you on Sunday to get an update. Thank you, buddy. Don't forget our friend.
Good luck, everybody out there.
All right. Don't forget our friends at Relief Windows. Windows, doors, siding, or shutters. Vinyl windows, storm impact windows, wood windows, doors, exterior doors, sliding glass doors, French doors, siding, vinyl siding, hardy plank siding, shutters, exterior, interior, all of our shutters. You can check out all of our inventory at reliefwindows.com. I sure wish I called Relief Windows originally with the original construction of my home instead of changing my wood windows about 10 and 12 years in. They're built to last with the warranty that they can handle these extreme South Louisiana weather conditions. Relief Windows and reliefwindows.com, 288-8138.
Live at Snows, live at lunch, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Live at lunch.
At Town Square Pizza, we take pride in serving Baton Rouge with fresh, delicious, piping hot, personalized pizza with unmatched speed. Whether you're a downtown worker, a family looking for convenience and value, or an out-of-towner staying at one of the nearby hotels, Town Square Pizza is the spot for you. Try a specialty pizza like the Spanish Town Supreme or custom build your own. Family packs, kids' meals, and salads are available as well. It's hip to be square at Town Square Pizza, downtown facing. What else? Town Square.
Congratulations are in order for one of my favorite places to eat, Snow Seafood and Steaks, celebrating its 50th anniversary. That's right, since 1971, Snow's has been serving a wide assortment of menu items to please everyone. Steaks, seafood, gumbo, homemade soups, salads, specialty cocktails, great wine selection, and oh yes, the best white chocolate bread pudding that you'll find anywhere. It's the total dining experience. Happy 50th anniversary to my friends at Snow's Seafood and Steak, Airline Highway at Highway 74 in Gonzales.
Attention vehicle owners, before you trade your transportation, let K&M Automotive give your vehicle a new lease on life with a remanufactured product from Jasper Engines and Transmissions. A Jasper remanufactured engine, transmission, or differential will extend your vehicle's life, giving you the extra cash to do the things you really enjoy. And Jasper offers a 3-year, 100,000-mile nationwide parts and labor warranty. K&M Automotive, 636-2875. That's K&M Automotive, Siegen near Perkins.
This is Charles Hanniger for Total Maintenance. For AC and heating, generators, electricity, plumbing, and more, Total Maintenance is your one-stop sales and service shop for all these needs. One of South Louisiana's oldest and largest AC and heating companies. Since 1980, their slogan has been service today, every day, so no one ever has to go to sleep hot. An authorized dealer for Carrier, American Standard, Daikin, and Rheem AC units, for Generac and Cummins generators as well. And now, for all of your electrical and plumbing needs, in Baton Rouge, call 480-1000. In New Orleans, 841-3300. Service today, every day. Total Maintenance.
If you're near the north side of campus, I need to remind you about a couple of longtime favorites. Highland Coffee's the original specialty coffee shop in Baton Rouge since the 1980s. My personal favorite, love getting my cappuccino from their friendly, knowledgeable staff, roasted right in the shop. Louis Cafe for breakfast and lunch 7 days a week. The Mitchell omelet, Cajun hash browns, Big Cheesy Lou, all served up in that famous open kitchen atmosphere. In Tigertown since 1941. A couple of great spots. Highland Coffee's and Louis Cafe just outside the north gates of LSU.
When it comes to celebrating life, there's no better place than Ruffino's. With locations in Baton Rouge and Lafayette, Ruffino's is a steak, seafood, and Italian-inspired restaurant that focuses on the celebration of life, regardless of the occasion. Whether it's the food they serve or the service they provide, their goal is to ensure a remarkable experience for their guests that is always remembered. To view our menu, visit ruffinosrestaurant.com. Ruffino's, where Louisiana comes to celebrate life.
By now, you know that we do our show every other Tuesday at the Crown Town Room at Doe's Eat Place. The Crown Town Room is ideal for larger groups, or if you just want to watch the game on one of our 3 large TVs. The tamales are the most popular appetizer, but don't forget the seared tuna with the sriracha glaze. For the perfect blend of sweet and spicy, you can't go wrong also with the flash fried oysters or the shrimp. The porterhouse is the perfect steak to share. Strip on one side, filet on the other, prepared at different temps if you like, bone in to maximize flavor. Doe's Eat Place on Government Street, just off Acadian in the heart of Mid-City.
Live at lunch with Ott and Hanny from Snow Seafood and Steak in Gonzales on 104.5 ESPN, Baton Rouge.
9 players have signed with LSU today. Jabari Mack, the wide receiver from Destrehan. Bryson Martinez, the offensive lineman from East Ascension. Corey Barber, the wide receiver from Alabama, who was committed to Ole Miss, and they have flipped. Braden Allen, the wide receiver from Lafayette Christian, who was committed to Oklahoma. Zarian Ellis, the cornerback from Winsboro. Isaiah Washington, the safety from Haynesville. Aiden Hall, the safety from Carr. J.C. Anderson, the tight end from Decatur, Illinois, who was headed towards Ole Miss. And Ryan Merritt, an offensive lineman from Miami. 7 players are committed but have not signed yet with LSU. There have been no commitments from LSU that have flipped to anybody else and signed with anybody else today. Still a long way to go on the first day of the national signing period, the early signing period. We're at Snow Seafood and Steak in Gonzales. Scott Rabelais will join us, as well as Wes Reynolds in hour number 2. Live at Snow's, live at lunch, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Live at lunch.
Caesars Sportsbook is the only sportsbook app with Caesars Reward. $100 in action and earn perks on every game like hotel stays, bonus bets, game tickets, and more. Download the app using promo code RADIO20X and place your first bet of $1 or more for a chance to double your winnings on your next 20 bets. Open to new users in Louisiana who are 21 or older. Licensed through Horseshoe Bossier City and Caesars New Orleans. Max bet of $25 for boosted winnings. Max additional winnings, $2,500 per bet. Profit boost tokens expire 14 days after receipt. If you're someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
We are here to examine things that get better with age, like this bottle of Chateau Lafite Rothschild, vintage 1877. Age can make things more valuable, like this Picasso from his Blue Period, 1904. And treasured, like this Roto-Rooter jingle, 1954.
Roto-Rooter jingle?
Just listen to it.
Oh, Roto-Rooter, that's the name. And away go troubles down the drain. Roto-Rooter.
The timeless melody.
Roto-Rooter?
The lithe arrangement.
But it's a clog-busting company.
Wrong there. Roto-Rooter has grown into more than a clog-busting company. They're North America's largest full-service plumber and drain cleaner. And when you need Roto-Rooter, remembering this jingle can be priceless.
Roto-Rooter.
For all of your plumbing and drainage solutions, call Roto-Rooter in Baton Rouge at 925-8710. That's 925-8710.
Let Sammy's Grill do the cooking for your holiday feast. Fried or rotisserie turkeys with all the traditional sides. Pepper jack, crawfish, cornbread dressing, green bean casserole, mashed potatoes, boudin rice dressing, mac and cheese, and more. And for dessert, white chocolate bread pudding or pecan pie. Order a la carte or bundle up with our turkey feast that feeds 8 to 10 people. Call or stop by either the Highland Road or Prairieville locations to place your order today. Orders must be made 48 hours prior to pickup. Let Sammy's Grill do all the cooking for you this holiday season.
Get Moss Max and less tax during happy hour at Modesto. Join us Tuesday through Friday, 2 to 6 p.m. for $10 20-ounce margaritas and Dip Trio with $5 drink specials and $6 seasonal cocktails. Eat Modesto, 3930 Burbank Drive.
Pizza that's true to its hand-tossed wood-fried tradition. Roca Pizzeria is heating up its new half-off happy hour, Monday through Fridays, 3 to 6 p.m. Come enjoy 50% off margarita, pepperoni, more cheese, craft cocktails, wine by the glass, and draft beer. Roca Pizzeria, 3897 Government.
This is Buzzy Hydell for the Morris Insurance Group. Outdoorsmen in the state might be having a tough time right now finding policies to fit on the properties they love. If you've got a hunting camp, a boat, or an RV that has been difficult to insure, we want you to look again. For owners or renters, the Morris Insurance Group can help you all the way to the duck camp or the fishing boat. We also have policies on coastal properties, including flood insurance to let owners protect themselves in the event of damage. For your camps, boats and trailers, four-wheelers, ATVs, and tractors, get a quote today at morris-ig.com or call 225-201-0007.
Baton Rouge, get ready for a fiesta of flavor. Whether you're craving sizzling fajitas, cheesy enchiladas, or the best margaritas in town, Las Palmas Mexican Grill and Rio Cantina Mexican Grill have you covered. Bring the family, bring your friends, and bring your appetite. From fresh guacamole to mouth-watering tacos that hit just right, it's not just a dinner, it's a celebration. So why wait? Tonight, make it Las Palmas or make it Rio Cantina, two local favorites serving up authentic Mexican taste right here in Baton Rouge. Las Palmas Mexican Grill and Rio Cantina Mexican Grill, where every night's a fiesta.
Get the 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge mobile app powered by Bayou Ford and tap the microphone icon to send us your thoughts in an audio message. Your message could be played on air. Find our app in the Apple or Google Play Store. For direct links, visit 1045ESPN.com. Tigers, Saints, Southeastern Conference, all in one place. LouisianaSports.net. No paywalls, no article limits. It's just the coverage the Louisiana sports fans want. Bookmark it today. LouisianaSports.net.
Tommy Kissinger here with Tommy's Windows, Doors, and Siding. We also do gutters, patio covers, and screen rooms. Give us a call for your free estimate today and visit our website, geauxtommys.com.
Insurance companies have teams of professionals to fight your claim. If you want to know what your case is, I'd like to help.
Spencer Callahan is the one to see. Call 387-2323.
LA filing number 16-7970.
Live at lunch with Ott and Hanny from Snow Seafood and Steak in Gonzales on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge. Enjoying the finer things in life is his forte. Let's bring in Scott Rabelais from The Advocate.
And as we return here at Snow Seafood and Steak, breaking just in the last 10 minutes or so, Richard Anderson, the big defensive lineman from Carr, has signed at the signing day ceremony. The Carr's got 15 guys that are signing today.
That's it?
And yeah, just 15. And now both of the ones that are coming to LSU have made it official. Aiden Hall, the safety, and now Richard Anderson, the big five-star defensive lineman. Jimmy, you saw him play in a game in the Superdome earlier
Play a
this
little
year.
basketball too, and you can see that with his feet. But I mean, he's got his calves are tree trunks, man. I mean, he is just so thick and kind of nimble. Could use a little. I mean, the guy's that big, could use a little bit work on his leverage, but he sure seems he is a load to move. You just can't move him.
Yeah,
you can't move him, and he's just a little bit more agile for a guy that size.
6'3" and a half, 350 is what he's
350
listed as.
and can move okay. And it's not a sloppy 350. His body's not perfect. Okay, but I mean, he's in high school.
Yeah.
He gets at LSU. I think he can. Both Brown will add some. He might streamline a little bit, but they would be a headache to deal with. This is also big because he did go to Austin this past weekend, and I talked to the people at Carr last night. And they said Texas threw it on him. I mean, He enjoyed himself in Austin. He had a very, very, very good visit, and still signed here. So what we were talking about earlier, the uncertainty with Frank Wilson, that's I did not expect him to sign today, Charlie.
That's
And
a
he
big
did.
get for LSU. Big get for LSU. Deuce Gerald's has announced the signing time, and Lamar Brown is
30 minutes
is waiting. Yeah,
we don't as of earlier and last night we didn't expect him to sign today, and he was letting people know he wasn't going to sign today. So we'll see. I've got some people over at U-High today. We'll let you know when that happens.
Scott Rabelais is in with us now. Scott, you were at the press conference. You've been at a lot of these introductory press conferences for Lane Kiffin. What were your big takeaways on Monday?
Well, first of all, I would say what a big get it is for LSU to sign Oscar Goldman for the $6 million man, Richard Anderson.
I get it.
Nothing.
Yeah, I got it. We got a little bit of. Go ahead. Yeah, I got it.
That was big. It was big. You're like, where does Rabelais going? You don't know. I understand. I'm sorry. I just couldn't help myself. Big impressions and thing. Lane's a little, for all the social media stuff, I think only part of his personality comes out that way. I think in person he's kind of an introvert. He strikes me as. It took him a while to warm up. He's and you could clearly understand that he was conflicted about the decision, but as it went on, obviously starts telling these great stories about driving past Tiger Stadium and channeling his inner Ed Orgeron, and of course the stories that he told about himself, having 6 head coaching jobs now, and you learn from your mistakes and your experience, and the story about it's funny, and it's funny. One of the biggest things that stuck out to me is that Pete Carroll, who became a public enemy among LSU fans, in the early 2000s because they split the national championship with LSU in 2003, is the guy who I think was one of the biggest influences. And he thought his dad, Monty Kiffin, would have spoken to him and said, "Take your shot." And I thought that was really telling, because he didn't really tell us what Nick Saban said to him. But those were some of my biggest impressions. But he's also really tall. He's got big hands. You can see why he played quarterback in college.
Well, and his son standing next to him in that picture also has a bright future at quarterback. It is interesting, Scott, 3 figures that LSU fans have considered arch enemies at different points in their careers. Pete Carroll, Nick Saban, Jimmy Sexton, all outside of his family were the biggest influences on who would influence his decision.
Was
and his
Sexton an enemy?
At times.
With the AD? I mean, because he drives your price up, he does his job.
Yes, yeah. And because Saban left and was constantly
Jimmy Sexton
leaving.
told Nick Saban when he was contemplating taking Huizenga's offer and said, "Nick, you do realize I've got clients who can really coach or they can really recruit, but you're the only one that could do both really well. Are you sure?" He did.
And I don't know what Sexton told him exactly when he left for the Dolphins, but the perception was that Jimmy Sexton's always trying to poke LSU for more money under Nick Saban.
Well, he's poking everybody for money. That's his job.
That was 20 years ago. He does his job very well.
Yeah.
It just doesn't enamor him to the fans here. Scott, what's Lane Kiffin's biggest challenge to get LSU to a championship level? What is the biggest unknown for you? We know he can call plays. What's the biggest unknown for you?
How quickly he can build a roster. I think eventually he can, and obviously signing date, sort of the signing period is a big part of that. The first schedule out of the chute is challenging. I mean, you got to go back to Ole Miss, you got to go back to Tennessee, 2 places where he is despised. Obviously, home schedule with Clemson and Alabama and Texas A&M on it. It's a big challenge. Right out of the gate, and can the mandate is to try to be a contender every year, and then every year includes 2026. I think you'll get the offensive players through signing day or the portal or whatever that he needs, and obviously he can take a quarterback and develop him. Who knows who's going to take that first snap for LSU behind center next year? But I think defense, from. Do they keep Blake Baker or not? Do they keep other coaches on staff? Do they replace? You got to replace lots of key starters. I think that's the biggest key, because obviously we've seen. I think they'll have a very good offense at LSU. They'll populate it some way and become very good. But obviously we've seen just 2 years ago what a very good offense looks like when dragged down by the anchor of a very bad defense. So I think the defensive side, finding the people he can trust, because I don't think he's probably hands-on. He's an offensive guy with the defense. I think solidifying the staff and then finding the players again that they need is the biggest challenge to being a contender next year. I think LSU will be a kingmaker, not a king in 2026 right now, but we'll see.
For me, I have no doubt about his ability to build a roster in this climate. I have no questions about his ability to build a staff. I have no questions about his ability to develop a quarterback. I have no questions about his ability to call plays. and I think he'll probably put together a defensive staff, whether it's Blake Baker or if he ends up at Tulane, whoever he brings in for him. My biggest question is, and I'm going to go back to this quote. I've done it a bunch of times with Jerry DiNardo. He said, look, I can get you from where you are to 10 wins. I can get you from 4 wins to 10 wins, but going from 10 to 12 is the tough part. For Lane Kiffin, for me, it's that big game play, okay?
Oklahoma.
The Oklahoma game. Why are you putting Simmons in the game? Florida last year, you turned the ball over 3 times. Kentucky last year, which should have been a layup the last drive of the game, you come up short. Georgia, you're right there for 3 quarters, and then all of a sudden your offense goes completely dormant. It's the key parts of those key games. I have no doubt that Lane Kiffin's going to have LSU in the playoffs. None. It may not be next year, but I have no doubt that he'll get them in the playoffs. But at some point, they're going to get into close quarters with a team that's just as good as them, and that's when you got to win a championship. And that'll be my big question. I think that he'll evolve as a coach, and the next time he's in those situations, he'll be better. But that's my biggest question mark is in those really, really big games, the games he's being paid the dollars to win. He's not being paid to get them to 10 wins. He's being paid to get them to a championship, and that would be my question with him.
And that's fair, and because obviously last year was supposed to be their year, and they lost to Kentucky last year, and they kept them out of the playoff. They still didn't end up winning 10 games, but as you said, that's nice. It's like I remember Nebraska, y'all, when back in the 70s and 80s, they won at least 9 games every year. And of course, some years they jumped up and they were national contenders. But every game now it's 10. Is the floor for the power conferences. But he also took this year's team that no one, including Lane Kiffin, I don't believe, to 11 wins and a comfort, not only a berth in the playoffs, but they're going to host a first round playoff game. That's pretty impressive too. And a quarterback. Now, did they luck into Trinidad Chambliss? I mean, could they have had no one to go to when Austin Simmons got hurt? Yeah. You could say that. But they also developed him too into a player that you're like, ooh, would mind having him at LSU next year. He got another year of eligibility. So I'm with you, Charlie. I understand. And every coach you get has games where you point to and say, yeah, they kind of blew that one, or this wasn't the best decision, or something like that. Even Nick Saban. But I think you could argue that this year was his best coaching job. So that's maybe a coach on the evolutionary scale who is improving.
College football playoff. What did you make of the standings last night as we go into championship week? There are going to be some disappointed people. It's just a matter of who. What did you make of the second to last, or I guess the last before the actual bracket itself comes out?
The penultimate ranking, yes. Notre Dame dropping a spot, as y'all said, within Miami's clutches. I think obviously Ohio State, Indiana, those teams are both in. Do both those teams get a bye? I think so. Georgia's in. Texas Tech, BYU. Obviously, Texas Tech handled them in Lubbock, but rematches are tough to win, and so can BYU get the job done there? And that makes I think the Big 12 a 2-bid league as compared to just their champion getting in. So that's pretty big. And then is Alabama? This is the question I have going into the SEC championship game: is Alabama safe if they lose? If they lose like by 3 touchdowns to Georgia, which I don't think will happen, yeah, they're out. But if they lose, 21-17 or something like that, are they out with 3 losses, or do they become the first 3-loss team to get into the playoffs? So that's very interesting to me. Vanderbilt and Texas, I don't think they're got any shot. Is there some Vanderbilt bias? Is there bias against the Vanderbilt logo? I have to believe there is. We all bring biases to any situation, and I'm like y'all. I think they've done a lot to merit consideration, but I don't think they're getting in. And Texas has no argument because they're even though they're sitting right there at 13, and they might end up at 12 when it's all said and done. They lost to Florida, 4-8 Florida team. They've got no complaint. They wouldn't play Ohio State, but on the road, you lost to a bad Florida team, and you've got no excuses. And so that's the way it is. But I'm really intrigued by the Big 12 matchup with Texas Tech and BYU and what happens to Alabama if they lose to Georgia.
All the crumble cookies you can eat if BYU comes out as a winner. Scott, we appreciate it. As always, we'll talk to you next week, buddy. Thanks a lot.
All right, guys. Take care. Thank you.
All right, Charlie, here you go. You want to talk about what he did in the big games, okay? Oklahoma putting Simmons in the game instead of no excuse for that.
Yeah.
That was just poor game management. You went into the game thinking that you would need something out of Simmons for some reason, and because he forced him in there and really kept Oklahoma more in the game than they should have been. Chambliss is much more, and Chambliss was on his way to putting over 500 yards. We know about Venables' defense. It was unnecessary what you had there. Georgia finally went man. Okay, for some reason Kirby is a little reluctant to do this. We saw this in the Rose Bowl against Oklahoma when they were gashing him. Anderson was the big running back that year with Baker Mayfield for Oklahoma, and they were just gashing him. And then they went man, and then all of a sudden they had more people to stop their running game, and it went from 5 straight possessions to touchdowns to 3 and out, 4 and out. That was it. I mean, it was, for some reason, Kirby's reluctant, but that was a factor in that game. Last year, your team was not disciplined enough. They didn't have the respect for their opponent, and 3 first-half penalties after third down stops on defense took 3 possessions away from you in that game. And
Against
also,
Kentucky.
Kentucky. Yeah. You kept them in the game, and then Kentucky made 1 play.
Yeah.
They made that 1 play to get the long pass to put them in, so you kept them hanging around. Immaturity, maybe, and then Ole Miss handling expectations, thinking it. No, you still got to respect your opponent. Only win for Kentucky. Florida was both. Florida was both on him. The defensive lineman on 4th down in the backfield 4 times. You ran the same play, 4th down. He had four 4th down attempts. He made 2 of them, got stopped 2. The same play every time. Just a little, wait, what are we doing here? But Jackson Dart, who played so well for 3 quarters, threw 2 fourth-quarter interceptions. A lot on Dart. How can he that's not on Kiffin.
Right.
That's not on Kiffin. And then the other thing with the LSU, we all know that, but Tiger Stadium was pretty popping that night, okay? And didn't Nussmeier and LSU make some plays?
Oh, the 4th down pass to Aaron Anderson was probably the best ball.
And then Dart missed a guy wide open one time. The best receiver dropped a touchdown one time, and then he got hurt.
They lost Trey Harris. They
got
him
hurt.
in the game.
So there's some circumstance. I can't kill you for losing when your quarterback at LSU gonna make some plays with that crowd.
And I didn't mean to insinuate that it was all his fault.
No, that's why I'm breaking it down.
Yeah.
Am I giving him some of the fault?
No, absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Am I not saying some things happened in the game, including with your opponent? And the other thing you look at Dart, why they're better this year? Because their roster's not as good. But one position's better. And Dart's on his way. He's played 2 good games with the Giants, okay? We're ready to give him the rookie. He looks like he's going to be good. Dude better take care of himself. But Dart in 3 seasons at Ole Miss, 3-to-1 touchdown to interception ratio. Chambliss, 6-to-1. That's a big difference.
No, it's a huge
difference.
That's
a big difference.
He was such a find.
Yes.
Nobody recruited that kid. They found him.
And he wasn't going to play him.
No, he didn't.
But he gets credit for finding him because Simmons got hurt.
He obviously didn't wow him in August, or there would have been a quarterback competition. They literally found him from out of nowhere. Sorry, Ferris.
Well, he found him.
He found him. Yeah,
They found him.
They get credit.
I think he was on his way to an ACC school, and they redirected him.
They were scrolling through. They were looking for another.
No. But he was on.
Yeah.
He was about to go.
Oh, he was going to sign with somebody
else.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. He wasn't staying at Ferris State.
He won't have any problem finding suitors this year if he.
But
puts
you
himself
had
in
to
the
get.
portal.
He was not bringing him in as a starter.
No.
Obviously.
No.
Obviously. So, anyway, don't forget our friends at Go Chevrolet. Go Chevrolet in LaPlace and Go Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Plaquemine. My buddies Lee Carney and Nick Richard, man, do a great job at Go Chevrolet. I don't just talk about the great vehicles from the Go Automotive team of dealerships. I drive a Chevy Tahoe from Go Chevrolet. Got with Lee and got on the website and special ordered my vehicle and got exactly the color, the interior, the design. Whether you want the seat warmers or not, you want the seat warmers, seat coolers, rear video, the camera in the front, whatever you want. You want a sunroof, you don't want a sunroof. You get exactly what you want when you call Lee or Nick and set it up where you can go to the website and kind of self-order exactly, almost customize a vehicle and get exactly what you want. If you don't have the exactly what you're looking for a pre-owned vehicle, well, we will use our resources, our nationwide resources, to find you exactly what you're looking for. Go by and check out my friends Go Chevrolet and Go Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in LaPlace and Plaquemine. Again, mention my name, Jimmy Ott, for special VIP pricing.
Live at Snow's Seafood and Steak in Gonzales, live at lunch, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Live at lunch.
Running a business can be difficult enough without the right relationship with your bank. With United Community Bank's local business bankers, you're not just a number, you're a partner. Contact Heath Meir, Nicole Glover, Hunter Creed, David Campbell, or David Henry to discuss how we can help your business today. United Community Bank, the local way to bank big. Locations from Baton Rouge to Golden Meadow. We've been serving the people of Southern Louisiana for over 60 years. United Community Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
The Pierre Part Store, and now the Thibodeau Store, your local experts in construction supplies. You know they can handle your contractor supplies for all jobs, big and small. The extensive selection of plumbing, electrical, and hardware supplies are endless, and they can even deliver it to your job site. If you need lumber, no problem. Available for pickup and delivery from Pierre Part. Top-notch tools and expert advice, it's local service. From the Thibodeau Store, 900 St. Patrick Highway in Thibodeau, and online at thibodeaustore.com.
This hour of Live at Lunch with Ott and Hanny is brought to you by Dana Brown at the law offices of O.C. Brown, 343-1111, and ocbrown.com. Roto-Rooter for all your plumbing needs, 925-8710. Supreme Rice, grown, milled, processed in Louisiana since 1936. United Community Bank. Wait. Tex Morris at Edward Jones Investments on Jefferson Highway, 928-8659. Total Maintenance, your one-stop shop for AC, electrical, generators, and plumbing. Service today, every day for Total Maintenance. And Coastal Capital Advisors. Markets evolve. We adapt. The Live at Lunch with Ott and Hanny Restaurant Club. Sammy's Grill on Highland Road. A hometown favorite for tailgating and watching LSU games since 1988. Snow Seafood and Steak for over 50 years on Airline, Highway, and Highway 74 in Gonzales. Dozy Place for hand-cut steaks on Government Street and Mid-City. Louis Cafe, a Baton Rouge landmark since 1941. Just outside the north gates of LSU. Fin Bomb, sushi, burrito, poke, ramen at Burbank and Lee.
Since the 1930s, Supreme Rice has delighted their customers for all of your favorite South Louisiana dishes. Whether you like the brown, long grain, medium grain, jasmine, or the new parboiled rice, Supreme Rice makes your favorite dishes even better. They even have a healthy low glycemic rice, a great option for diabetics and those who have high insulin resistance. Supreme Rice is proud to be part of the Climate Smart program, which promotes water conservation and reduces methane emissions so future generations of Louisiana farmers can enjoy the same benefits. For more information and great recipes, find them online at supremerice.com.
If you're near the north side of campus, I need to remind you about a couple of longtime favorites. Highland Coffee is the original specialty coffee shop in Baton Rouge since the 1980s. My personal favorite, love getting my cappuccino from their friendly, knowledgeable staff, roasted right in the shop. Louis Cafe for breakfast and lunch 7 days a week. The Mitchell omelet, Cajun hash browns, Big Cheesy Lou, all served up in that famous open kitchen atmosphere. In Tigertown since 1941. A couple of great spots, Highland Coffees and Louis Cafe, just outside the north gates of LSU.
Get the 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge mobile app powered by Bayou Ford and tap the microphone icon to send us your thoughts in an audio message. Your message could be played on air. Find our app in the Apple or Google Play Store. For direct links, visit 1045ESPN.com. Tigers, Saints, Southeastern Conference. All in one place. LouisianaSports.net. No paywalls, no article limits. It's just the coverage the Louisiana sports fans want. Bookmark it today. LouisianaSports.net. Tigers, Saints, Southeastern Conference. All in one place. LouisianaSports.net. No paywalls, no article limits. It's just the coverage the Louisiana sports fans want. Bookmark it today. LouisianaSports.net. Live at lunch with Ott and Hanny from Snow Seafood and Steak in Gonzales on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge. From east, north to south, but we're heading west. It's Wes Reynolds from VSiN.
Wes, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing well, Jimmy. About to head to Indianapolis on Friday, so hopefully you can see the Hoosiers go 2 for 2 on the hardwood and on the gridiron.
Well, are the Hoosiers playing a quad 1 or quad 2 game? They hadn't played one yet this year. They're right there with our friends from Bayou Country, LSU, and in Indiana, both top 20 teams in the net some kind of way without playing a quad 1 or quad 2 game.
Well, they're going to get a quad 1 on Saturday because they're getting those Cardinals from Louisville coming up I-65 on Saturday morning, early afternoon. So getting that at Gainbridge Fieldhouse. So this is the first big test for Indiana. Of course, they open Big Ten play at Minnesota tonight and then get the Cardinals on Saturday. And, of course, those Buckeyes on Saturday night at Lucas Oil Stadium. So a lot of red will be surrounding Indianapolis on Saturday.
Louisville traveling to Arkansas, so ACC, SEC challenge. And we talked about the improved ACC. And, well, the SEC could only go down with 14 teams in a tournament last year. But, Charlie, 6-3 ACC last night. Now, 7 games remain. I'm sorry. 7 games remain. And so in 6 of the 7, the SEC is favored. That's the only one. Louisville is favored on the road in Fayetteville against Arkansas. But I'm just getting Charlie excited because, Max is a season ticket holder for LSU basketball. And their NET is up to 16. Have not played a quad 1 or quad 2 game, just ahead of number 17. Tell me if they're better than it. Houston? You think LSU's better than Houston?
I do not.
Kentucky?
No.
Kansas?
No.
Okay. All right. Well, Tennessee? That's the
I'm
4 they're ahead of.
I'm anxious to watch tonight. Okay, this is their first true road game. I'm anxious to watch. I want to see.
Yeah. So
at Boston College.
Wes, is there? I think the game means more to Indiana on Saturday night for the conference championship game than Ohio State. If there's a letdown factor for a team that's a conference championship game. A lot has been discussed about the future of these games, if it's sustainable. But Indiana's got to be excited as hell. You're going from Las Vegas to Indianapolis to check out the game. But also, Ohio State finally beat their rival, and they didn't even play in this game last year and won the national title. Your thoughts on maybe a little bit of emotional edge for the Hoosiers?
Yeah, I think there very well could be a letdown, but I think it's more of an emotional edge for Indiana because this game, as much championship games are meaning less and less, like you mentioned, just the way the playoff system is set up. This means everything to Indiana. It certainly means a lot to me as a fan because I've never seen this team win a Big Ten football title in my lifetime. 1967 was the last time that they did it. And I also remember being an undergraduate student at Indiana University in Bloomington, Indiana, when Ohio State came in undefeated in 1996 and hadn't made the Rose Bowl in 12 years. And Indiana led. They were a 2-8 Hoosier team that led going into the quarter, and then it all fell apart. And I remember them Buckeyes storming the field at Memorial Stadium to rip down one of our goalposts, where our football team had to defend the other one, because they would have taken both of them down, in their celebration. So that's pretty humiliating when you get your goalposts ripped down in your old stadium. But that shows you how far Indiana has come. And I think that this is going to mean everything to them. And this is the way for Indiana to eliminate all the doubters, too. They eliminated some of them with the win at Oregon. But you beat Ohio State, then all of a sudden everybody has to acknowledge that Indiana is here to stay as a really top-end college football program.
Well, they locked down their coach. He's in the new era of roster building. He is just fine. I think that's safe. And he's gotten a lot of people fired, getting his team to the playoff in 1 year. So there is no patience anymore when you cite Indiana. So nonetheless, your outside perspective on the drama-filled Lane Kiffin hiring at LSU?
Yeah, you mentioned it leading in there, Jimmy. Kurt Cignetti's totally changed the paradigm, I think, all in college football, because now everybody's trying to find their next Cignetti. Did Auburn find it with Gillette? Did Arkansas find it with Silverfield? Did all these other coaches, find their Kurt Cignetti? And that's what everybody's looking for. And the LSU thing, I just think, is a different level. And look, LSU had an opening, and Lane was their guy, and they ponied up to get him. So I don't think LSU did anything wrong here. It was it's tough probably for some of the Ole Miss fans to have a historical season and then have this drama take place. But that's what you get with Lane. You're going to get your fair share of drama. I don't care where he's been, whether it's been Tennessee or USC or the Raiders, and now Ole Miss, and now potentially at LSU. But it was just it was a very bizarre situation, just kind of how this all went down and who's getting on the plane with him, and now who's coming back to coach in the playoffs. So it's been kind of fun to watch, at least from an outside perspective.
You hear my boy Wes, Charlie? I mean, I can understand. Look, if Cignetti did the same thing, you would be going crazy, Wes,
Right.
and rightfully so.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely, I would. Like, I can't imagine how Ole Miss feels,
Yeah.
because it's like, if Sig all of a sudden they're like, yeah, I'm going to Penn State. Oh, God, we'd be devastated. So I totally understand how the Ole Miss folks feel. Now, I know you guys aren't going to take sympathy on a rival necessarily, but, I understand, and we'll see how that materializes for Ole Miss, too. Is that going to be a motivational thing throughout the playoff where maybe they're a little bit of a sleeper team and they're playing for a bigger purpose now, now that Lane bolted to go somewhere else, that they're, going to have that little extra motivation. So we shall see when the playoff seedings come out.
Well, what about Bob Chesney? If you talk about looking for the next Cignetti, UCLA, do you think that Bob Chesney would have gotten the job at UCLA from James Madison, but for the Cignetti success?
Maybe not, Charlie, but I think he sold himself short. I think there were better jobs along the way that I think he was a candidate or should have been suited for. But no, of course, Cignetti coming out the same. Of course, it helps. It helps his stock. I would agree. I would agree with that. And Wes, I think that Ole Miss got a great. They got a little double dose of good news in the last 24, 36 hours. Now listen. I think it's. Charlie Weiss Jr. has signed his contract at LSU, right, Charlie? But they're
Yes.
still allowing him to go back. But they need a play caller. Joe Judge has never called plays before. But they also need an offensive line coach as well. But still, them moving up, you'd rather play Alabama or Notre Dame or Virginia, North Texas, Tulane, or James Madison. They got a big.
The second thing.
Yeah. That was big. Now, will Alabama jump them if they win?
Yes.
Probably.
Yeah.
So that would slide them back down
Yeah.
to where they'd be hosting maybe Notre Dame. So that would hurt. Wes, you looked at any college basketball tonight? Another great. Last night's schedule was great.
It was, and hopefully we get more of the same tonight. But I was looking around. Of course, we do have some Big Ten openers, by the way, as well tonight. We're starting the college season on December 3rd. How absurd that is. Everybody's talking about the college football calendar, right? We've been hearing, oh, the calendar's so bad. Well, how about this, having to play a conference game on December 3rd? I do lean a little bit Indiana on the road tonight at Minnesota. I don't think Indiana's going to be looking ahead here. I've been, somewhat impressed. They had a couple games against lesser opponents where maybe they weren't their best, but Indiana, it's just a different breed to see them actually move the ball and get good shots and play modern day basketball. So they're going up to the barn tonight. Would lean a little bit favorite and over -9 and then over 143.5. So that's certainly something I'm looking at. In terms of the challenge, I'd be looking Virginia, Texas under. And I know Virginia's not playing that glacial pace that they used to play under Tony Bennett. They got Ryan Odom there now. But I think this is going to be a defensive battle. I think both these teams can kind of take away what the other teams want to run. So 153.5 looked a little bit high, even though Virginia's playing faster so far this season.
All right, Wes, who are we looking at in the NFL this week?
Yeah, this is an interesting card this week because now you're getting into week 14 and the numbers are getting tighter. So you don't see many odds maker mistakes, and I don't think you have one here, even though some people are going to say so. How about the Indianapolis Colts? My Colts, who have lost 3 of 4, going against Jacksonville, who's won their last 3, including 2 on the road, granted against suspect competition with Arizona and Tennessee, but nevertheless their road win. And you've got a Colts team that has not won down there in Duval County since 2014. And now they're road favorites with a quarterback that's got a bad wheel right now. That's kind of those that things that make you go, that was the CNC Music Factory song back in the day. And this is those plays. Like, why are the Colts favorites here? Well, I think that there's a reason. I don't think the odds makers made a mistake. I think a lot of the public's going to be on the dog. I'll be on the favorite. I'll be on the Colts on the money line. I think that they get the W here and kind of stabilize a season that is slowly falling a little bit by the wayside. It looked like they were going to be a runaway to win the AFC South, and now they're anything but, tied with Jacksonville at 8-4. And then another play in the NFL that I do like, it's a big number. I think the public's going to like the dog. But I like the Green Bay Packers laying less than a touchdown against the Bears. Impressive win for the Bears. They did not win with smoke and mirrors at Philadelphia. They were the better team on Black Friday. But now they go to Green Bay. Green Bay's defense has been terrific over the last month and a half. It was very good against the Lions as well, as they kept them at bay. That's going to look like a big number. I think it's big for a reason. I think Green Bay is the better team. I would be shocked if they did not win this by double digits. So Green Bay for me against the Chicago Bears.
All right, Indianapolis and the Packers. 9 conference championship games. 6 of the 9 are rematches. Anything you're on this weekend, Friday, Saturday, conference championship weekend?
Yeah, and interestingly enough, the rematches, it's been about 500. In terms of the Avengers that lost in the regular season playing in the conference championship game. So there's really not any kind of trend edge there. But a couple I'm looking at, I played the over in the ACC title game, 57.5, Duke and Virginia, which is kind of going to get buried against the 800-pound gorilla that's the Big Ten championship in that late Saturday night window. But I think you're going to get a shootout between these two teams, much like you got with SMU and Clemson last year. So I like that game over. And then a couple team totals here, a couple teams that I think are big underdogs that are going to struggle to score where you may not want to lay those numbers. Troy team total under, and I'm seeing some 13.5 against James Madison, who I think they've been through this before with the coach leaving, so I don't think that that's going to affect them at all. They want to finish this off and maybe sneak into the college football playoff, so I don't know how Troy is going to score. BYU is going to score against Texas Tech. I think that defense is so dominant. So under 17.5 team total BYU.
All right, Wes, we're pulling for the Hoosiers for you this weekend, man. Saturday night. Hope you can pull it through. So we will see. So safe travels, buddy. Follow Wes on X at Wes Reynolds 1. Enjoy it, Wes. You deserve it, brother. We'll talk to you next week.
You bet, guys. Thanks for having me.
All right, don't forget here at Snows, again, in addition to our extensive lunch menu that we have available Tuesday through Friday, but also all of these specials are good through the entire week. The honey walnut shrimp, the cedar plank chicken, black pepper beef, and the baked bolognese rigatoni, sandwiches, an ultimate sourdough patty melt, salads, grilled shrimp, spinach salad, or a grilled chicken Greek salad over here at Snows Seafood and Steak Airline Highway at Highway 74 in Gonzales.
Live at Snows, live at lunch, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Live at lunch.
Workbox can handle all of your movable storage needs, commercial and residential. Our shipping containers come in various sizes, 8x8, 8x10, 8x20, or even 8x40 feet. Not just one size. These units can be customized for any use. Custom lunchrooms, offices, work sites for plumbers or welders, dual purpose, part office, part storage, climate control, shelving, lighting, using different materials, whatever you need. Give my buddy Martin Padial and Workbox a call at 343-4886, 343-4886, and workboxllc.com.
This is Charles Hanniger for Coastal Capital Advisors, your full-service financial planners. When it comes to retirement, there are no two situations alike. So Coastal Capital Advisors will work with you, your business partners, your legal team, and tax professionals to make sure those goals are achieved. Coastal Capital Advisors will work for you. I know, because they work for me. For more information, contact Philip Fontenot and his great staff at 337-981-1376 or online at coastalcapitaladv.com. Advisory services provided by New Age Advisors, LLC, doing business as Coastal Capital Advisors as a registered investment advisor. Securities offered through New Edge Securities, Inc., member FINRA, SIPC.
Get Moss Max and less tax during happy hour at Modesto. Join us Tuesday through Friday, 2 to 6 p.m. for $10 20-ounce margaritas and dip trio with $5 drink specials and $6 seasonal cocktails. Eat Modesto, 3930 Burbank Drive.
Pizza that's true to its hand-tossed wood-fried tradition. Roca Pizzeria is heating up its new half-off happy hour, Monday through Fridays, 3 to 6 p.m. Come enjoy 50% off margarita, pepperoni, more cheese, craft cocktails, wine by the glass, and draft beer. Roca Pizzeria, 3897 Government.
This is Charles Hanniger for Home Bank. If you're tired of the impersonal, one-size-fits-all style of banking, you deserve a bank that delivers exceptional service and personalized attention to your needs. That's the Home Bank standard. Since 1908, Home Bank has been a trusted financial partner for your businesses and families because they go the extra mile to help you reach your goals. See for yourself why Home Bank is good for business and good for life. Stop by any South Louisiana, Houston, or Natchez area location or find out more at home24bank.com. Home Bank, member FDIC.
Baton Rouge, get ready for a fiesta of flavor. Whether you're craving sizzling fajitas, cheesy enchiladas, or the best margaritas in town, Las Palmas Mexican Grill and Rio Cantina Mexican Grill have you covered. Bring the family, bring your friends, and bring your appetite. From fresh guacamole to mouth-watering tacos that hit just right, it's not just a dinner, it's a celebration. So why wait? Tonight, make it Las Palmas or make it Rio Cantina, two local favorites serving up authentic Mexican taste right here in Baton Rouge. Las Palmas Mexican Grill and Rio Cantina Mexican Grill, where every night's a fiesta.
Since the 1930s, Supreme Rice has delighted their customers for all of your favorite South Louisiana dishes. Whether you like the brown, long grain, medium grain, jasmine, or the new parboiled rice, Supreme Rice makes your favorite dishes even better. They even have a healthy low glycemic rice, a great option for diabetics and those who have high insulin resistance. Supreme Rice is proud to be part of the Climate Smart program, which promotes water conservation and reduces methane emissions so future generations of Louisiana farmers can enjoy the same benefits. For more information and great recipes, find them online at supremerice.com.
Go Automotive has a great selection of new cars. Chevy, GMC, Hummer, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram. You rather a pre-owned vehicle? Using our resources will help find you any vehicle that you're looking for. Our service department offers VIP service. You never have to come to the dealership. We'll pick up the vehicle at your home or office, drop off a loaner, service the vehicle, and return it when it's done. Mention my name, Jimmy Ott, for VIP pricing. The Chevy Tahoe I drive came from Go Automotive. That's Go Automotive in LaPlace and Plaquemine.
Louisiana, you've got a new home for coverage of LSU, the New Orleans Saints, and the Southeastern Conference. LouisianaSports.net. LouisianaSports.net. Feature stories, opinion columns, recruiting updates, in-game reports. And it's all free. No paywalls, no annoying pop-up ads, no recurring subscriptions. Just the content you crave. From the folks that bring you 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge, it's LouisianaSports.net. Live at lunch with Ott and Hanny from Snow Seafood and Steak in Gonzales on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
And we return here at Snow's, also are brought to you by the Thibodeau Store, the Pierre Part Store, also now in La Rose and Lockport. Looking for unique gifts this holiday season, go to the website, thethibodeaustore.com. Tons of outdoor cooking supplies that you can get. Lots of power tools for Dad. Also, you can get on the website a look at a lot of the outdoor security cameras that are on special right now, the security locks as well. custom-made cypress furniture down at the Thibodeau store. Lots of fishing equipment, tons of pots, crawfish pots, jambalaya pots, big green egg cookers, all available for you. Go to thethibodeaustore.com. You can go in person, 900 St. Patrick Highway in Thibodeau, Highway 70 in Pierre Part, and again online for all 4 locations at thethibodeaustore.com. So if you're following recruiting today, LouisianaSports.net, Hunt and the guys doing a great job keeping everything updated. Signings with LSU, the committeds that have not yet signed. If you're joining us just now here in this segment, we can tell you that the big news in the last hour is that Richard Anderson, the big defensive lineman from Carr, has signed. That's official. His comments afterwards were, he says, I talked to Coach Kiffin. He kept it real with me. I kept it real with him, and I'm staying home. His teammate Aiden Hall also signing today from Carr. They had a ceremony there where 15 kids signed letters of intent today, those 2 coming to LSU. We know that Deuce Gerald's a big defensive lineman from Swanee, Georgia, is going to sign at 1:30 our time. Gerald's put that on Twitter in an LSU uniform, so I feel pretty good about that. Haven Finley, the cornerback from Los Angeles, came out today just a little while ago and said he will not sign today with anybody, is waiting for some clarity for the LSU defensive staff. Lamar Brown, LSU continues to meet with him and push hard. Obviously, a little bit of uncertainty with the LSU defensive staff right now playing a part there. And, of course, Frank Wilson's future a little bit uncertain, too. So Lamar Brown, the big defensive lineman who was at the LSU facility on Sunday night when Lane Kiffin got there, remains in talks. When he will sign, we'll see about that. Besides those 3, LSU has 3 other players that are committed but unsigned. Trenton Henderson, the 4-star edge from Pensacola. Dylan Purter, the safety from Tuskegee, Alabama. And Bryson Cooley, the offensive lineman from Mississippi. The other story we talked about a little bit earlier today is the possibility of Landon Duckworth, the top 10 national quarterback, who was recruited very heavily by Kiffin and staff at Ole Miss, but opted instead for South Carolina with his commitment, has not yet signed. And there is a lot of buzz that LSU will be able to flip him. LSU obviously looking for quarterbacks, so Landon Duckworth will keep an eye on him throughout the afternoon. What else did I want to tell you? 2 commitments, one to Alabama and one to Georgia, have flipped and signed with Vanderbilt. Now, you heard about Jared Curtis, the 5-star quarterback who flipped a few days ago and has signed his letter of intent with Vanderbilt. It's a 5-star quarterback that Georgia had, flips to Vanderbilt. Now, he's from Nashville, but still. And then a little while ago, they got a receiver that had been committed to Alabama. This is a 3-star named Owen Cabell, also from Nashville, but Vanderbilt flipping commitments from
better capitalize while you can.
They flipping commitments from Georgia and Alabama. We've done a bunch of these. That don't happen very often.
Well, they don't go 10-2 very often either. First
like
time
never.
ever. Yeah, and and they stuck them right where they are. And after they give Tennessee their worst home defeat in how many years, and the head of the committee says, well, they're lacking a quality win. So you figure that out. Update, from U-High. U-High has other players who are signing at their deal today. Was scheduled for 12:30, so they're about 15 minutes in. They do have players that's signing also at Navy, ULL, and Southeastern. That is starting. Lamar Brown is not a part of it today.
Not a part of that ceremony.
Yeah,
okay.
so the way you said it, I would flip that in order of importance as far as the defensive staff and Frank Wilson. I would have made it Frank Wilson and the defensive staff as far as, because that's what shook up the family yesterday. It wasn't that Blake Baker might take the job at Tulane. It was that there's some uncertainty about Frank Wilson continuing on staff.
We'll monitor that. It'll be a big deal as we move forward.
But Charlie, when I got that information last night, I thought that Anderson would be, if I had to put a percentage, would still sign. I would put him as a lower percentage than Brown. You know, Brown family's just trying to spend a lot of time with Frank, and so they're just trying to figure some things out right now. They're just kind of thrown off, and there's no reason to kind of rush right now. One thing about guys like Anderson and Brown, prospects like Anderson and Brown, anybody will wait for you.
Yeah, they will. And when they take a look at this calendar, I think one of the things they need to consider is the Andersons and Browns of the world can sign whenever they want with whoever they want. I would be curious to know how many fringe guys, the three-star guys at places that change coaches, had to make either a quick decision or got processed. That's a tough thing when you've been committed for a long time and then all of a sudden everything changes very quickly. Like imagine you had been committed to Kentucky just to pick a school, and all of a sudden in the last 48 hours things change dramatically, and maybe you got to change at the same time. Is that fair to a three-star going to Kentucky?
The fringe recruits, it is a brutal process.
Yeah.
And even more so than now, because a lot of times it's non-existent because they're just signing less kids out of high school. In baseball, it's unbelievable. I mean, nobody gets signed. Basketball, I mean, they're just not signing guys. You got to go to a lower level program and try and be productive, and then they'll bring you up when you're ready to play. They're not sitting you on the bench for 2 years and waiting for you to develop.
Because you're not going to sit on the bench for 2 years. If you sit on the bench for 1 year, you're probably leaving.
It's just
certainly for 2.
No, they're just less letters of intent being signed. For a car to have 15 today, it's a massive number.
It's a good school. They produce a lot of athletes.
And they will continue to do so as well. Don't forget my friends over at Workbox and Workbox Services, my buddy Martin Padial, and expanding the operation to expand our coverage. And so adding Martin Jr., Hannah Brandy, trying to put those together, Chris Brooks. Our new second office of Workbox allows us to reach all the way down to the Gulf Coast, through New Orleans, Baton Rouge, and all the way to Lake Charles. So, and servicing all the areas in between as well. Custom lunch rooms. You want tool storage containers for job sites. Again, custom safety storage near the plant. Welders, plumbers, you can do custom work sites. Customized, you can put the shelving and lighting and wooden or metal materials, climate control. Customize it to everything, exactly what you need or you prefer. And for our shipping containers and movable storage needs, commercial or residentials. Again, give our friends at Workbox a call, 343-4886 and workboxllc.com.
Live at Snow's Live at Lunch, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Live at lunch.
When it comes to celebrating life, there's no better place than Rufino's. With locations in Baton Rouge and...
Hold, please.
Okay.
All right, whenever you're ready.
It's rolling.
Join us for the Thursday edition of Live at Lunch. From the original walk-ons, Burbank and Nicholson, Matt Humans joins us along with Dwayne Colucci from Las Vegas. We recap LSU recruiting and LSU's first basketball game on the road against Boston. Let me try that again. This is Charles Hannegriff. Join us for the Thursday edition of Live at Lunch. From the original walk-ons, Burbank and Nicholson, Dwayne Colucci and Matt Humans join us from Las Vegas, and we take a look at LSU's recruiting class plus the Tigers basketball team against Boston College. Live at Lunch from the original walk-ons, 11 a.m. Thursday on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
For all your plumbing needs. 925-8710. Supreme Rice. Grown, milled, processed in Louisiana since 1936. United Community Bank. The local way to bank big. Tex Morris at Edward Jones Investments on Jefferson Highway. 928-8659. Total Maintenance. Your one-stop shop for AC, electrical, generators, and plumbing. Service today, every day for Total Maintenance. And Coastal Capital Advisors. Markets evolve. We adapt.
We're here to examine things that get better with age, like this bottle of Chateau Lafite Rothschild, vintage 1877. Age can can make things more valuable, like this Picasso from his blue period, 1904. And treasured, like this Roto-Rooter jingle, 1954.
Roto-Rooter jingle?
Just listen to it.
Oh, Roto-Rooter, that's the name. And away go troubles down the drain. Roto-Rooter.
The timeless melody.
Roto-Rooter?
The lithe arrangement.
But it's a clog-busting company.
Wrong there. Roto-Rooter has grown into more than a clog-busting company. They're North America's largest full-service plumber and drain cleaner. And when you need Roto-Rooter, remembering this jingle can be priceless.
Roto-Rooter.
For all of your plumbing and drainage solutions, call Roto-Rooter in Baton Rouge at 925-8710. That's 925-8710.
This is Charles Hanniger for Total Maintenance. For AC and heating, generators, electricity, plumbing, and more, Total Maintenance is your one-stop sales and service shop for all these needs. One of South Louisiana's oldest and largest AC and heating companies. Since 1980, their slogan has been service today, every day, so no one ever has to go to sleep hot. They're an authorized dealer for Carrier, American Standard, Daikin, and Rheem AC units, for Generac and Cummins generators as well. And now, for all of your electrical and plumbing needs, in Baton Rouge, call 480-1000. In New Orleans, 841-3300. Service today, every day. Total Maintenance.
1950, Phil's Oyster Bar started on Government Street, then Gus Piazza took over in the 70s, and now his son Anthony has taken it to another level at the current location in South Downs. It's always been a Baton Rouge landmark. Seafood, oysters, po' boys, burgers, and more, all served up in an atmosphere full of sports nostalgia and tons of TVs to catch all the games. Seafood gumbo, crawfish cheesecake, or my favorite, the meatball quesadilla to start. Check out dinner and bar specials at philsoysterbar.com. You know we bleed purple and gold at Phil's Oyster Bar in the South Downs Shopping Center.
Get the 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge mobile app powered by Bayou Ford and tap the microphone icon to send us your thoughts in an audio message. Your message could be played on air. Find our app in the Apple or Google Play Store. For direct links, visit 1045ESPN.com. Tigers, Saints, Southeastern Conference, all in one place. LouisianaSports.net. No paywalls, no article limits. It's just the coverage the Louisiana sports fans want. Bookmark it today. LouisianaSports.net. Live at lunch with Ott and Hanny from Snow Seafood and Steak in Gonzales on 104.5 ESPN, Baton.
Got an endorsement for the Penn State job. Ben Roethlisberger said Mike Tomlin should take the job because the Steelers should move on from him. And James Harrison and James Harrison said the same thing. Roethlisberger said, it maybe it's just time. I have a lot of respect, but maybe it's best for him too. Harrison was a lot more vocal. He says he played 10 seasons in Pittsburgh. He says, I never thought Coach Tomlin was a great coach. James Harrison.
30?
Wow. Okay. Wow.
We've always discussed and debated. You cannot. His consistency is unbelievable, but I've always thought he's lacked a little bit. But he's probably in the Hall of Fame. And one thing is for sure, if he is fired, and I do think it's time for a change, he will have a job within a week.
Yeah, 19
yeah.
seasons with Pittsburgh. Thanks to the folks here at Snows for being our host today. Tomorrow we're at the original walk-ons. Stay tuned to Hunt Palmer signing day stuff here on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
You've been arrested or even issued a traffic ticket.
Y'all have a good one.
Thank you, Jordan. Talk to you tomorrow.